It's so funny. We're in the Valley, we're in the technology space, and you talk to people about mentoring. They're like, oh, yeah, I'd love to have a mentor. I'd like to have the highest caliber mentor that I can. And we say, yeah, great, we can help arrange that. How about mentoring somebody else? And, oh, no, I don't have time for that. And so the idea is, what kind of leadership skills are? What kind of leadership is that? Leadership is actually taking responsibility for somebody else's life and spending your time identifying the kind of talent that you would like to help out. It's not all about you at the end of the day. Now imagine that you're interviewing somebody who's just gotten out of college, hasn't really had a job yet, and they're looking, and how are they going to create any kind of body of work unless they say, you know what, I actually mentored somebody who was 3 years younger or who was a different generation. I mentored them about getting into college, for instance. That's showing leadership, that's showing initiative and incentive. So if you're hiring and you look at that and somebody who hadn't done that, you say, here's a guy who can build a team for me.
Yeah.
Talent can come from surprising places. I would say, you don't always have to choose the people coming from the best schools and the best everything else. And I found that to be true even in our journey through a business journey, that some of the brightest minds came from relatively simple but solid schools. We sponsor a prize at an engineering school that promotes several thousand young engineers every year, the Wilhelm Maybach Schule, and have the fact that the Maybach name is on the name of the school is something that instills a lot of pride in the young people there. But if I talk to them and I address them, it's also about them building their own name and their own brand. Maybe being inspired by somebody else who had this success story, but it's really about you. Here we are at these family office centers. It's kind of a certain conceit to think about how special we are, but it's really about the next people who are going to go out there and do something profound and important. And I think it's also the existing family office responsibility to go out and recognize and help that grow. One of the things that I would say from a mentoring point of view that's different from the past is help somebody and allow them to even pass you. And a lot of people say, oh, well, I'll help you up to a point. Well, no, the idea is to work as a team and to actually help the next generation pass you.